get the brand new limited edition Pals Holiday Package available at thepalsmerch.com. Hey, what is up you guys, my name is Sub-Zero-Exabyte and I am shooting right back at you today with another episode of Do Not Mess with Sub His Minecraft World. I know that I have never called it this before, but since people do not seem to leave me alone in this world, I will try to make it as clear as possible that people really need to stay out of here because I am getting sick and tired of this every day. So last week someone broke into my house again after I moved like 1,000 blocks away from my old house. So you might be thinking like, well Sub, what in the world are you doing right now? I mean, I am just throwing around with some blocks, right? Well no, you would be kind of wrong about that, because what I am doing right now is nothing less than necessary when people think that they can just fool around with my house and destroy my property and belongings. Now, having said that, I am going to be dedicating this video today to make the most secure house possible in the world of Minecraft. Even though this might sound a little bit over the top, I think that it is my right to secure myself and my house to the fullest range of my capabilities, and I am willing to pay a lot of Robux for these security measurements that I am going to be taking today. Because like I previously said, and before that, I am sick and tired of the fact that people seem to not care about any of my personal belongings in here. I mean, I have said this 1,000 times already and I am going to be saying this again. I only join into this Minecraft world whenever I need some peace and some rest and just some space in general. I mean, I got dumped by this beautiful lady this week and I am just tired of people stealing my stuff and all of that. So right now I am going to be protecting my house, and I am going to make sure that anyone who dares to still cross me with all of this, well, I am going to make sure that ends will meet with them, because I am not backing down from a fight and I am not going to be putting down these arrows because I am Sub-Zero-Exabyte and I am going to become a force to be reckoned with. Now with that said, I will still have to do a lot of things to actually get done with my new house build, inside of a freaking dolphin, you guys. But you know that will come with time, and I hope that the people who still think that they can just try and mess with me are able to see then that I am not someone that they can fool around with. Because like I said previously in this video, and as I have said in many other of these Minecraft videos, I only come here when I need some rest and relaxation and some peace of mind. So whenever I come around this place for any of those three things and I come up to my house and I see that it is gone because some Herobrine guy decided that it was worth it to destroy my house, or for some random noobs to come crash into my world through some random portal that I have never seen before, well, that is just the time that I am going to be defending myself against these people to make sure that I can just use this beautiful world that we call Minecraft for my relaxation and some spa kind of like activities. Now that may sound weird, but you know, a man has got to do what a man has got to do to get some relaxing around here for himself, right? Now let's do this. Now people cannot easily find this dolphin, and as you know, if you do not know where something is, then you cannot get to it and you cannot take anything out of said thing. Now that kind of worked, but that only solved one problem. And do not get me wrong, it did actually solve the problem with people stealing stuff out of my chest, but it did not solve the problem where people were still coming into my house every other freaking day. So today I am going to be combining these two ideas of mine. One is the hiding part, and two is the house part. So since hiding the chests of mine worked out well, I have decided to go out and make my house the same way. I am just going to be building a house that is not like any other house, just so that I can make sure that I do not end up getting swatted and stuff like that ever again. Not that I have ever been swatted, but that was just metaphorically. Now we cannot just hide a house. We have to make this some kind of way where it is just going to be camouflaged really well within the environment. So we will have to make it blend in well. And what better way to do this than to just build the house inside of a dolphin that swims under the water? That is like the best idea that I have ever come up with right now. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to the chest/stealing problem. So that was a pretty awesome thing, to be honest. But I was able to apply that same idea that I used on the chest problem, and I am going to be putting it to work with the housing problem that I have got right now. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something is telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of building this, because otherwise I would have to start all over again when I am almost done. But that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods. Alright, so guys, please forgive me right now for what I am doing with this thing here, because I literally have no idea what I am doing right now. This is just some on the fly thinking right here, because I literally have no idea how to use all of this. So if you have any sort of tips and tricks for me, well, it will always be welcome, of course. But right now I do not really have enough time to go look for some tutorials, because I will really need to make sure that no one finds me in this hole. I mean, no one will find me, right? I told that him to just go away a couple of minutes ago, so I hope that he respects that instead of following me or coming back with like a group of guys or something, because I usually get intimidated pretty quick and I am like a turtle. I will need a shell so that I can hide in there, and right now I do not have a shell, so this is basically my shell right now. I will have to make sure that I can get through this, otherwise I will not have my shell for whenever more people show up, and then, well, that means that it is time to panic for me. Now it may not look like something with high-tech security right now, but once I am done with all of the building and construction, then you will be able to see that no one thief will be able to storm into my house and steal stuff, because the dolphin would just swim away at that point. That is just how good I am at this, and that is just something that I like to do. I like to prove people wrong, and that is just the thing that I am going to be doing around here. Now let me quote you this from a book called Walden, written by Henry David Thoreau, and he says, and I quote, "If you have built castles in the air, your work need not be lost. That is where they should be. Now put the foundations under them." So I feel like I have always been the one that was building castles in the air. Now need it be that I did that around here in Minecraft or Roblox or just in my head, that does not really matter. The essence of this quote is the fact that he says that you need to put the foundations underneath those air castles, and that will make sure that they become a reality. So the foundations are the hard work that one were to put in when doing something like that. Now I will be the one who is going to put the foundations underneath of my castles in the air. I am going to make sure that no one can mess around with the Sub-Zero Exabyte the Great anymore, and they will all regret every crossing me. Now let's close this up with this fine keypad right here and choose ourselves a little nice color for the home, because I want something that matches the blue of the water, which will be looking totes amazing when we are done, and you will not get enough of it. And would you look at that, we did it, boys. This is stage 1 of my super awesome security project that is like going to be super awesome. I mean, I would not think that it would be anything less than awesome, just because, you know, I mean, come on people, take a look at me and you would see that I am just here to rule the world. I mean, I am not here to rule the world, just ignore the fact that I even said that, but I am here to rule over anyone who is trying to break the rules. I am a rule enforcer, as you would say, or you know, I could be more like a law enforcer. Oh my god, you guys, I am basically a police officer right now. That is amazing. I love and support the blue line. So shout out to any of the cops out there and stay safe. Now of course none of this would be able if I was not that much of a mastermind, and I am going to do everything that I can to be able to get this done and to make sure that no one will be able to ever mess with me again, because that is how I roll. I command and I conquer. You could see me like the new Donald J. Trump, but then less old than he is. Only I am not building a wall, because my wall is the water basically. Alright, so guys, please forgive me right now for what I am doing with this thing here, because I literally have no idea what I am doing right now. This is just some on the fly thinking right here, because I literally have no idea how to use all of this. So if you have any sort of tips and tricks for me, well, it will always be welcome, of course. But right now I do not really have enough time to go look for some tutorials, because I will really need to make sure that no one finds me in the middle of the sea, or bay or whatever, and of course inside of this dolphin. I mean, no one will find me, right? I told that the Steve to just go away a couple of minutes ago, so I hope that he respects that instead of following me or coming back with like a group of guys or something, because I usually get intimidated pretty quick and I am like a turtle. I will need a shell so that I can hide in there, and right now I do not have a shell, so this is basically my shell right now. I will have to make sure that I can get through this, otherwise I will not have my shell for whenever more people show up, and then, well, that means that it is time to panic for me. It was like when you make a move in chess and just as you take your finger off the piece, you see the mistake you've made. And there's this panic because you don't know yet the scale of disaster you've left yourself open to. This literally describes what I am doing right now. That was a quote, by the way, from an author called Kazuo Ishiguro. I probably butchered the pronunciation on that name, but that does not matter right now. What matters is that this is a chess game and I am running out of plays to make. And I really do not want this one to end in a loss or a stalemate, because I will not be able to handle any one of those. I will be needing a decisive victory right here so that I can finally get some rest. Because, well, you might have noticed because of the way that I am acting right now, but I have not slept since the day that my house got blown up. I mean the time that Harambean was sleeping in my bed. Well, that does not make it any easier to close your eyes. And I mean, I still shut my eyes, but all I can see is what my house used to be before it got blown up by that guy. But that is in the past. Now of course I have got a whole assorted thing about all the times that I encountered something that wanted to kill me really bad, so that is not my main concern here right now. I just want to focus on what is to come, and usually that has a lot to do with other people. I mean, I can get blown up by stuff, but it usually is not totally my fault. Note the totally in that sentence, because sometimes it actually is and I am just being stupid. But with all of that aside, I think that it might actually be time to start actually doing something more than decorating this place. Are you all with me on this one? Now I really do not like to think about that. I mean, I could go on dwelling about whatever has happened, but I would rather focus on what is coming up. So basically what is coming up right now for me, well, that is this guy that just jumped into his new home a couple of minutes ago. Or actually not a couple of minutes ago, but rather in the future. I really should not be telling you all this much about this project, but that is okay. I mean, I cannot just go ahead and treat all of this like I know what I am doing, because I really do not know what I am doing at all. I mean, I am just winging all of this right now because I feel like I otherwise regress, and that is not something that I want to do. I really want to put in the ever forward mindset, because I feel like moving forward and progressing is the best thing that you can do whenever you feel like you are stagnating and feeling complacent. So I really just want to move on right here and get moving so that I can actually finish this and not end up being a complete disappointment right now right here. So let's just hope for the best now. So this new little getaway is about done right now. Now just the stairs, and we are basically done with that thing. So now that we have a little basement, or whatever you want to call these different levels, or I must say, a little hidden dolphin belly, I can just pretty much put whatever I want down there and no one will find out about any of the stuff that I put down there. And I will need some sleep because I keep getting tired. Well, you are asking why I am sleepy. Well, because the last time that I did not have an interrupted sleep is like months ago. I mean, since these guys found out that they could just storm into my realm, they just literally started taking full advantage of it, and I hate it. I mean, how annoying is it when you get woken up every day at like 3 o'clock in the morning just because some noob is bashing at your door? I can honestly tell you that this is not a very fun and exciting thing to be doing, but I guess that I will just have to go through with this right now, because otherwise I will definitely never have another good night of sleep. I mean, come on. It just feels like every day is getting worse right now. I mean, I already do not get enough sleep. And you should be getting enough sleep in order for your brains to be working properly. And right now I am thinking of a way to get all of this over with. And I am on just a couple of hours of sleep, and that is just not something that will work for me right now. But my words will not feed my mouth right now, or ever actually. But then again, why not, right? I mean, my words are actually filling my mouth. But that just sounds weird, so I am just going to cut that off right there and start talking about something else like nothing ever happened right here. My god, I can be so awkward at times for some reason. So next thing that is up on my little short list of things that you should be applying to your house when you really want this to have a modern feel to it. And it might sound a little weird, I might get that, but just hear me out, alright? So first thing first will be space. I mean, I was not planning on having this much space in this little hole of mine, but I actually got some decent sizing out of this, so that is good. I mean, it is looking cool in my opinion, and I am sure that you will appreciate all of my effort right here, because I cannot afford another letdown. So please, if you like what I am doing, leave a like on the video so that I know that I am not doing this for nothing. But let's just hope that the dolphin house inside of this lake thing that I just built is actually going to be a success, because otherwise I will actually have to turn to my last resort, which would be the underwater base. And I really do not want to turn to my last resort so quickly, because I just feel like there is too much counting on that. So let me just get everything straight right here. And if that is all okay, then I think that we are all done for today and we can actually go on and start doing some actual decorating and stuff. But I will not be bothering you guys all too much with that stuff because I know that going to IKEA and stuff can be rather boring to show on video. But I guess that this is where I am going to end the video. See you later, you guys.